If the F-16 is a light fighter and the F-15 a heavy fighter, then the A-18 lays somewhere in the middle, with the strengths of both, but not all the weaknesses. Let's get into some gameplay footage that show these strengths, and we'll also touch on its weaknesses and other cool features in this video. With the gun conveniently mounted in the nose combined with eegs, you can shoot very accurate. A quick burst does it. You also see how tight the F-18 can pull, but as you see, speed bled fast. If I didn't hit him here, he would have had the upper hand. Just make sure you select the right CCIP mode because it flips the standard when cycling through missiles, and you might fumble in a dogfight. I heard people complain it looks like a silly unicorn having the gun in the center. Maybe in RB, but in Sim I love it. It does feel like a unicorn, but instead of a pixie stick horn, there's a freaking Gatling gun on its head. The muzzle flash in the middle makes me feel like I'm playing the first Doom. The AIM-7Ps are currently the best Sparrows in game. The inertial guidance and data link should help with reaquisition and such if you lose the lock. Here, if you fire from this far, you'll probably miss using the 7P. But the second pool's like a black hole just opened up beside it, so wait till you get a little closer. I can definitely recommend the loadout with 6 AIM-7Ps and 2 AIM-9Ls. You can also carry 4 7Ps and 6 9Ls, but the Sidewinders don't have IRCCM, and at this BR, people usually know how to flare them. Whereas the 7Ps are much harder to avoid. You also might encounter situations where the other aircraft recover energy faster than you, so despite being able to make amazingly high AOA maneuvers, you might want to consider killing your opponent before the merge. Having said that, having 2 AIM-9Ls is always nice as a backup. And having 6 Sparrows opens up the possibility to lob one off to put your target on the defensive. And then you move closer on your terms where you non-consensually shove a Sparrow up their tailpipe from a distance where they won't be able to do much about it. You can do this with almost any loadout since there are 2 semi-dedicated Sparrow slots on the fuselage, but with 6 Sparrows you can do this trick 3 times over. I said semi-dedicated Sparrow slots because one of those can also have the targeting pod in its stead. Some ordnance needs it for the laser designator. I find the night vision resolution lackluster to what I'm used to on the AV-8B, but I suppose it gets the job done. So it gets laser guided bombs in all calibers, some Mavericks, TV guided bombs, dumb bombs on napalm. Not really my thing to hunt ground targets, but this jet can destroy just about anything it sets its low resolution flare pod on. Some other cool features are the ident for certain radar lock types in RB, but unfortunately not in Sim. It also has the new AOA limiter switch, but with full real controls it doesn't change much to be honest. HUD is great by the way. It has an arrow pointing to your lock and RWR ping directions like the AV-8B, but less cluttery. It's got a range of radar modes. I mainly use TWS and the ACM bore side mode because cycling through everything is a sure way to get analysis paralysis. It has ground modes, but it doesn't slave to your target pod like the Su-39. It also doesn't detect targets as well as the Su-39 Scorpio radar. Still, it's pretty cool it has it, and Gaijin might do more with it in the future, and some people might be able to use it effectively as is. Alongside some unique RWR noises and other warning sounds, it has a very nice MFDs. Left one can choose between B-scope and C-scope radar, whereas the right one can look through the FLIR pod, but I always have it on the weapon selector for the third MFD on the map. Being a naval jet, this thing has great landing performance, sturdy landing gear, and you can select landing flaps at any speed. The aircraft will extend them when you're in a safe speed range, so you don't have to worry about ripping them off. Gear can go down below 380 knots or so, and the speed brake is very effective. Depending on your loadout, it stalls at around 100 knots in landing configuration, so you can come in slow if you want. And apparently, it floats quite well. Who'd have thought that? Overall, I really like this F-18 because this is it at its peak, considering Desert Storm is where it was the best Hornet, and AMRAAMs weren't in use yet back then. So if you want to grind out the US, your choice will basically be between this, the F-20, the F-4S, and the AV-8BNA. Coincidentally, this thing has many of the strengths that all 3 have. You can turn well like the F-20, but not retain energy like it does. Carries a whole bunch of Sparrows like the F-4S, together with a better radar, and it can carry lots of guided ordnance like the AV-8B. The thing is, it comes in at the highest BR from all of those, 12.7. The Sim Matchmaker puts it up against all 3 of those, depending on the rotation, so despite being higher, it isn't that far removed from them. It might get a BR change, which will likely be up. The Sim BR brackets will also likely change as we get more stuff on top. I never liked the F4S, but the F20 and the AV-8BNA are great choices too if you don't want to sell your soul to the snail for $80. That'll only go on discount in November onwards. The other jets will probably be 30% cheaper in the May sale, so you might want to consider those instead. I personally really like it, and I'm glad I bought it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Are you getting this? Or did you already get this? And how is it working for you? Let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next one.